welcome to our deep dive on mindfulness.
Yeah.
We've got a ton of research here.
Oh, yeah.
And personal notes, too. Really ready to dig into.
Yeah.
Not just, the basics of mindfulness, but all the insightful stuff about it.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's a fascinating practice.
it is.
It's been making waves for centuries, really.
Yeah.
And
And it can reshape your...
I think what's so captivating about it
Yeah.
is that it really bridges that gap between ancient wisdom and modern science.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about practices that are rooted in Buddhist traditions.
Thousands of years old.
Yeah, going back thousands of years.
Wow.
And now they're being validated by neuroscientific research.
It's pretty mind-blowing
It is.
to think about, right?
Yeah.
This isn't just some
It's not just some fad.
trendy self-help fad.
And
This is like a real deal.
It's a practice with a really rich history, and now it's backed up by hard science.
Yeah. But I'll admit, I still struggle to wrap my head around what mindfulness actually is.
Yeah?
You know?
I get that.
It feels nebulous sometimes.
You're not alone in feeling that way.
Oh, okay.
I think mindfulness is often shrouded in a bit of mystery,
Right.
but at its core, it's really about paying attention to the present moment
Okay.
with purpose,
Okay.
presence, and acceptance.
Purpose, presence, and acceptance. Those are
Right.
some powerful words.
They are.
But how do they translate to real life?
Yeah,
You know?
that's the question, isn't
I'm
there?
constantly bombarded with
Yeah.
distractions, to-do lists, anxieties.
Sure.
How do I even,
How do you find that stillness
yeah,
amidst all the chaos?
find that sense of stillness amidst the chaos?
Yeah, well, think of it this way.
Okay.
Purpose is like setting an intention for your attention.
Okay.
So instead of letting your mind just run wild,
Mm-hmm.
you choose where to focus it,
Right.
even if it's something as simple as your breath.
Yeah.
So that conscious choice is really the first step.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So instead of being a passenger in my own mind,
Right.
I'm taking the wheel and steering my attention.
Exactly.
What about presence?
Yeah.
How does that fit in?
So presence kind of builds on that intention.
Okay.
It's about immersing yourself fully
Mm-hmm.
in the experience of the present moment
Okay.
without dwelling on the past or worrying about the future.
Right.
Imagine you're savoring a piece of chocolate.
Okay.
Instead of just mindlessly gobbling it down,
Yeah.
you pay attention to the aroma,
Right.
the texture, the taste.
Right.
You're fully present in that experience.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like hitting the pause button on mental autopilot and truly engaging with life as it unfolds.
Right.
But what about acceptance?
Yeah.
That's a tough one for me.
It is for a lot of people.
I tend to fight against unpleasant emotions or try to push them away.
Right. Well, acceptance doesn't mean resigning yourself to negativity or pretending that everything is rosy.
Right.
It's about acknowledging your thoughts, your feelings, and your sensations
Okay.
without judgment,
Okay.
whether they're pleasant or unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
It's saying, okay, this is what I'm experiencing right now,
Okay.
and creating space for those experiences to exist
Got it.
without resisting them.
Yeah. So it's about dropping the struggle,
Right.
allowing myself to feel whatever I'm feeling without getting swept away by it.
Precisely.
So,
So you combine these three elements,
Yeah.
purpose, presence, and acceptance.
Right.
You create that foundation for a truly mindful way of being.
now I have to ask about the benefits.
Sure.
Our listeners send in some research articles highlighting some pretty incredible effects of mindfulness.
Yeah.
I'm talking reduced stress, better focus, even a stronger immune system.
It's pretty amazing.
It all sounds almost too good to be true.
Yeah, it might sound unbelievable,
Yeah.
but the science is really catching up with what ancient traditions have known for centuries.
Let's start with stress.
Okay.
Mindfulness has been shown to decrease activity
Right.
in the amygdala,
Yeah,
the part of the brain associated with fear and stress responses.
exactly.
So by calming the amygdala,
Yeah.
mindfulness helps regulate those stress hormones that can wreak havoc on our minds and bodies.
Right. So it's not just wishful thinking.
Right.
There's an actual neurological shift that's happening.
Oh, that's impressive.
It is.
What about the physical benefits?
Yeah.
Does mindfulness really impact our bodies in such a tangible way?
You might be surprised to learn
Okay.
that mindfulness practices have been linked to lower blood pressure
Wow.
and even a strengthened immune system.
That's wild.
It is pretty amazing.
When you're constantly stressed, your body goes into
Fight or flight mode.
fight or flight mode.
And it suppresses your immune response.
Right.
So mindfulness helps to break that cycle.
Okay.
allowing your body to function more optimally.
It's like our minds and bodies are in constant communication,
Yeah,
and mindfulness is the mediator that helps them understand each other better.
I like that.
It's fascinating how something as simple as paying attention
Mm-hmm.
can have such profound effects on our well-being.
It really is remarkable.
But I have to admit,
Yeah.
the idea of incorporating mindfulness into my daily routine
Yeah.
can feel a bit daunting.
I can understand that.
I imagine myself needing to carve out like hours
Right.
from meditation retreats or something.
Yeah.
Equally time-consuming. Is
Right.
that really necessary?
Not at all.
Okay.
The beauty of mindfulness is that it can be woven into
Okay.
even the simplest of activities.
Right.
There are countless ways to practice mindfulness
Good.
without turning your life upside down.
That's a relief.
Yeah,
I was starting to feel overwhelmed.
I get it.
So what are some practical, accessible ways
Sure.
to start bringing mindfulness?
Well, the source material actually outlines
Hmm.
5 simple exercises that you could try right away.
Okay.
The body scan,
Mm-hmm.
mindful seeing,
Okay.
mindful listening,
Mm-hmm.
mindful breathing,
Great.
and mindful exercise.
5 exercises.
Yeah.
That sounds manageable.
It is.
I'm definitely intrigued.
Great.
Let's dive into these techniques.
Uh,
I'm ready to see how they can make a difference in my life.
Let's do it.
Okay. So where do we go from here?
Well,
We've talked about the building blocks of mindfulness.
right.
We've talked about how it can even help with anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
But what are some other ways to actually practice mindfulness
Yeah.
beyond those 5 exercises we discussed?
That's where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
You know, you've got those foundational exercises,
Right.
but then there are practices that have been developed and refined for centuries,
Oh, wow.
each with its own unique flavor and benefits.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
What comes to mind? Our listener sent in some info on meditation, for example.
Yeah. Meditation is definitely a core practice in mindfulness.
But I'll confess,
Yeah.
it always felt a little intimidating,
Right.
like something you need special training for.
Yeah, I think it can seem that way,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more accessible than a lot of people realize.
Okay.
The goal isn't to empty your mind or become some kind of Zen master overnight.
Right?
It's really just about training your attention
Okay.
and cultivating awareness of the present moment.
Right.
And you can start with just a few minutes a day.
Okay, that's reassuring to hear.
Yeah.
I was picturing myself having to sit in silence for hours on end.
Right.
But if it can be done in small doses,
Yeah,
that feels a lot more manageable.
exactly.
What are some different types of meditation I could explore?
Well, there are countless forms of meditation,
Wow.
each with a slightly different focus.
Okay.
You've got what are called focused attention techniques,
Okay.
where you concentrate on a specific object or sensation or mantra.
Okay.
So this could be your breath,
Mm-hmm.
a sound, a visual image,
So it's about anchoring your attention to one specific thing
right?
to help quiet the mental chatter.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's open monitoring meditation,
Okay.
where you simply observe your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise
Right.
without judgment.
So instead of trying to control my thoughts,
Right.
I'm just noticing them
Yeah,
without getting caught up in them.
exactly.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What other mindfulness practices
Mm.
might be a good fit for someone like me
Sure.
who's just starting to explore this world?
Like, journaling is a fantastic way to cultivate mindfulness.
Journaling.
Yeah. It's a chance to slow down,
Mm-hmm.
reflect on your thoughts and feelings,
Mm-hmm.
process your experiences.
So it's not about keeping a diary of events,
Right.
but more about exploring my inner landscape.
Precisely.
Okay.
You can write about anything that comes to mind,
Mm.
your day, your dreams, your worries, your insights.
Right.
Don't censor yourself. Just let the words flow freely onto the page.
Yeah.
The act of writing itself can be a mindfulness practice.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I'm also curious about more creative avenues for mindfulness.
Sure.
What about art?
Yeah.
Can that be a mindfulness practice too?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Engaging in any form of creative expression,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's painting, drawing, sculpting,
Right.
or even just doodling,
Yeah.
can be a wonderful way to tap into a state of flow and presence.
I can see that.
Yeah.
When I'm lost in a creative project, I often lose track of time
Right?
and I feel completely absorbed in the moment.
That's the magic of flow.
Yeah.
And it's a hallmark of mindfulness.
Okay.
When you're creating art mindfully,
Yeah.
you're not focused on the outcome or judging your abilities.
Right.
You're simply allowing yourself to be present in the process of creation.
It's about letting go of perfectionism
Exactly.
and embracing the joy of experimentation.
I love that.
Speaking of getting out of my head,
Yeah.
what about movement-based mindfulness practices.
Yeah.
I'm thinking things like dance or yoga.
Yeah, those are great examples.
Okay.
Dance is a beautiful way to bring mindfulness into your body. As you move and groove, you can become more aware of your physical sensations,
Right.
your breath, and the rhythm of your body.
It's like mindfulness in motion.
It is.
Instead of thinking about steps or choreography, I'm simply allowing myself to move freely and expressively.
Exactly.
What about yoga?
Yoga is another wonderful practice
Okay.
that combines physical postures, breath work, and meditation.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful way to cultivate mindfulness, improve flexibility, reduce stress,
Right.
and enhance your overall well-being.
I've always been curious about yoga,
Yeah,
but I'm not exactly the most flexible person.
sure.
Are there different types of yoga that might be a good fit for beginners?
There are so many different styles of yoga,
Wow.
from gentle and restorative practices to more vigorous and challenging flows.
Okay.
You can definitely find a style that suits your needs and abilities.
That's good to know. What about Tai Chi?
Tai Chi,
Yeah.
often described as meditation in motion.
Okay.
It's a gentle, flowing martial art
Right.
that involves slow, deliberate movements, deep breathing, and focused attention.
It seems like a beautiful way to cultivate both physical and mental well-being.
It is.
What's so remarkable is how many different paths there are to mindfulness.
Yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
It really is amazing.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground.
Well, yeah.
Meditation journaling,
Right.
art dance, yoga, Tai Chi.
It's amazing.
It's clear that mindfulness is not just a single practice,
Right.
but a multifaceted way of being
It is.
that can be woven into countless aspects of life.
Exactly.
It's about finding what works for you
Yeah.
and incorporating those practices into your daily routine
Mm-hmm.
in a way that feels sustainable and joyful.
Right.
This deep dive has been incredibly eye-opening.
Good.
I'm feeling inspired to explore these practices and discover how mindfulness can enrich my own life.
That's great.
But before we move on,
Sure.
is there anything else in the research
Yeah.
that stands out to you?
You know what's really fascinating to me?
Yeah.
Is the connection between mindfulness and intuition.
Intuition.
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't explicitly mentioned in the materials we have,
Right.
but it's something that I've been pondering
Okay.
as we've been talking.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like a hidden gem that we've unearthed in our conversation.
Yeah, I think so.
Tell me more about this connection.
Sure.
How does mindfulness relate to intuition?
Well, when you practice mindfulness, you become more attuned to subtle cues, both within yourself and in your environment.
Okay.
It's like you're fine-tuning your senses
Right.
and becoming more receptive to information that might have previously gone unnoticed.
So it's like mindfulness enhances my ability to pick up on those gut feelings,
That's right.
those hunches,
Right.
or insights that I might normally dismiss as just random thoughts.
Yeah, those intuitive whispers
Yeah.
that we often ignore.
That's so powerful.
It is.
It makes me wonder if those intuitive hits are always there,
Mm-hmm.
but we're just not tuned in enough to hear them.
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
We're so bombarded with stimuli and distractions
Right.
that we often miss those subtle signals from our inner wisdom.
So mindfulness helps us to...
Slow down, pay attention, and listen more deeply.
That's like mindfulness is giving me a superpower.
It's not a superpower in the traditional sense.
Right.
Right.
The power to tap into my own intuition
Yeah.
and make decisions from a more aligned and authentic place.
It's a powerful tool for personal growth and self-discovery.
This conversation has been so illuminating.
Good.
I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of mindfulness
I'm glad to hear that.
and its potential to transform my life.
Yeah, mindfulness is a profound practice.
It really is.
And it's a lifelong journey, a
Yeah.
continuous process of learning and growing.
And that's what makes it so exciting, right?
I think so.
There's always more to discover. Always new layers of awareness to uncover.
Exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
There we are.
is there one final takeaway you'd like our listener to hold on to?
I think the most important thing is to remember that mindfulness is a gift you give yourself.
It's a gift.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a way of nurturing your well-being, cultivating inner peace, and living a life that's more aligned with your values and aspirations.
It's about taking ownership of our experience.
It is.
Choosing to be present.
Right.
Rather than letting life just pass us by.
Exactly.
And it's a journey worth taking.
It is.
One that can lead to profound transformation and a deeper understanding of who we truly are.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful, thought-provoking, and inspiring.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom and expertise with us.
The pleasure was all mine. It's been a joy to explore this topic with you and our listener.
And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity and empowered you to embark on your own mindfulness adventure.
Absolutely.
Remember, every step you take towards greater awareness is a step towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Well said.
We'll be back soon with another deep dive into a new and fascinating topic.
Sounds good.
Until then,
keep
exploring.
Keep learning.
Keep learning and keep cultivating that inner peace.
I like that.
You know, as we've been talking about all these different practices, something's been bubbling up in my mind.
Okay.
We've covered so much ground, from the science to the techniques.
Right.
But there's one thing we haven't addressed directly.
What's that?
The why behind all of this.
You're getting at the heart of it.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the how-tos of mindfulness.
Right.
But the real magic lies in understanding that deeper purpose.
Exactly. Why bother with all this?
Yeah.
What's the ultimate payoff of cultivating mindfulness?
Right.
What does it actually do for us in the grand scheme of things?
Those are big questions.
They are.
And there's no single answer that fits everyone. But what I find so compelling is that mindfulness isn't just about fixing problems or achieving some state of bliss. It's about fundamentally shifting our relationship with ourselves and the world around us.
I like that. A shift in perspective rather than a quick fix.
Exactly.
What does that shift look like in practice?
Okay, so imagine this.
Okay.
You're walking through a forest, not just rushing to get somewhere, but truly seeing the play of light on the leaves.
Okay.
Hearing the wind rustling through the branches.
Yeah.
Feeling the earth beneath your feet.
Okay.
You're fully present.
Right.
And in that presence, there's a sense of connection, of aliveness, of being part of something larger than yourself.
It's like going from black and white to full color.
Yeah.
From tunnel vision to a panoramic view.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And that sense of expansiveness, that connectedness, is something that mindfulness can cultivate.
I think so.
It helps us to break free from the limitations of our own narrow thinking, our habitual patterns of reacting, and see the world with fresh eyes.
I love that.
That's so powerful.
Yeah.
So it's not just about feeling calmer or less stressed.
Right.
It's about waking up to the richness of our experience, appreciating the beauty that's often right in front of us.
And that appreciation, that sense of wonder, is something that can permeate all aspects of life.
Right.
From our relationships to our work to our everyday interactions.
I'm starting to see how mindfulness isn't just a practice. It's a way of being in the world.
Yeah.
A way of engaging with life fully and wholeheartedly.
That's the essence of it.
And it's a lifelong journey.
It is.
It's a continuous process of learning and growing.
Right.
And that's what makes it so exciting, right?
I think so.
There's always more to discover.
Yeah.
Always new layers of awareness to uncover.
Yes, exactly.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
is there one final takeaway you'd like our listener to hold on to?
I think the most important thing to remember is that mindfulness is a gift you give yourself.
A gift.
Yeah. It's a way of nurturing your well-being, cultivating inner peace.
Right.
And living a life that's more aligned with your values and aspirations.
It's about taking ownership of our experience, choosing to be present rather than letting life just pass us by.
Exactly.
And it's a journey worth taking.
It is.
One that can lead to profound transformation and a deeper understanding of who we truly are.
Beautifully said.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful, thought-provoking, and inspiring.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for sharing your wisdom and expertise with us.
It's been my pleasure.
And to our listener, we hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity.
I hope so.
And empowered you to embark on your own mindfulness adventure.
Yeah, mindfulness is a wonderful gift.
Remember, every step you take towards greater awareness is a step towards a more fulfilling and meaningful life.
Could agree more.
Until next time, keep exploring.
Keep learning.
Keep learning and keep cultivating that inner peace.
Sounds good.